Low carb diet versus low fat diet. Which is better for slimming? Better to follow a low carb diet or a low fat diet? What are the advantages and disadvantages of both? Let's find out in this technical video. Welcome to the 21st century, to you all, veterans of the iron and not, novices, overweight people and women seeking a physical redemption. Soon the time comes for you to compare yourself with having to lower the percentage of fat mass, preserving the lean mass. But since you are in the 21st century, you have various choices to follow the path of ascent to the Olympus of physical and muscular quality, many more choices of the past, when the carbohydrate cutting was first and foremost a methodology not only accepted, but it was a real must. The vast field of possible diets would present itself today more or less like this. Low carb diets. Old, Atkins Metabolic Paleolithic Diet. New, Dukan Diet PSMF, Protein Sparing Modified Fast. Circadian diets. Old, Warrior Diet. New, Fast Intermitting. Hormonal diets. Old, Zone Diet. New, Ancestral Diet. ABCDE Diet. Low fat diets. Old, Mediterranean Diet. New, Natural Peaking. Diets in macros, if it fits your macros, flexible. Other diets, Scarsdale Diet, Blood Type Diet, Vegan Diet, Frueriana Diet. Surely there are some omitted. The diets that have emerged in recent years are among the most disparate, some even absurd and lacking logical and scientific criteria. It seems pretty clear early on that one question that comes bully in the minds of those who must not only lose weight but to chase the dream of a perfect body, with great muscle quality and the lowest percentage of body fat as possible, is the following: that road to go, which of the three macronutrients should I cut in a preponderant way? Even if there are diets that are not based on the clean cut of one of the three macros, none in any case keeps the shares unchanged as in a normal caloric regime. Even a moment, not even a normocaloric, will have the three perfectly balanced macros. Combined with all this the fact that you train at the gym and you have been heavily influenced by the concept of protein untouchability, and you will find yourself more or less the next question: better to cut the carbs or the fats? Years ago, towards the end of the 70s, it was realized that a new modern evil was gripping American society: supercharging and overweight. In 1977, the Senate Select Committee on Nutrition and Human Needs, led by Senator George McGovern, drew up guidelines following a preliminary survey on health parameters and the clinical case studies of a large sample of patients. The finger against out-of-scale triglycerides, unfavorable LDL ratio on HDL, innumerable cases of atherosclerosis and related diseases with blood occlusion due to thrombotic plagues. The culprits were them, fats and cholesterol. The guidelines were a direct consequence: to cut fats from the diet to purify the body. Said fact began to be marketed a flood of light products with low fat for all the 80s, with pounding advertising. Why choose a low fat diet? Over the years we have passed from sentences like this: carbohydrates are not necessary for the human body, only proteins are. We must force the human body to burn fat reserves by forcing it to ketosis. Proteins prevent catabolism and stimulate growth signals, to phrases like these: fats burn to the fire of carbohydrates. The human body works badly with only ketone bodies. Especially the brain. The anti-catabolic properties of proteins in a low-calorie regime are little less than a fairy tale. Why choose a low-carb diet? If, as we said before, a low-fat diet keeps intracellular fluids while low-carb eliminates them, and it does so in a very dramatic way in the first days, it is also true that excess extracellular water is also eliminated. Even if the intermediate condition under diet worsens considerably and you see yourself emptied, some people could benefit a lot from this property of the diet, provided that the mirror test is overlooked for a few months. The lack of carbohydrates slows down the production of serotonin and increases the production of catecholamines, adrenaline, making us more awake and aggressive during the performance. As we have seen in the low fat, where there is an increase in the sensitivity to leptin, in low carb increases the sensitivity to insulin, and therefore also to GH and somatomedin. The body becomes a sponge for carbohydrates. If we program a refill, our condition improves within 12 to 24 hours, with water re-establishing to normal in intracellular compartments. Why not choose a low-fat diet? A low fat will boost your thyroid and improve your leptin sensitivity. Your quality keeps improving as you go up with your basal metabolic rate, but, there is a but. You suffer from hunger, much hunger. Despite eating more and more, the body is deceived by chemical signals. Leptin is kept under control and is also swept away quickly from the body, nothing leptin, no satiety. What about the constant presence of carbohydrates in your body? You will know how to handle them correctly, because low fat does not mean fast carbo, sugars, allowed, but you will not have the same sensitivity that a person in low carb gets. Why not choose a low carb diet? We have said that low carb gives signals of slimming and metabolic ignition unequivocal, but here too there are a problem to be faced with realism. Low carb after an initial loss of weight given by water and consumption of easily accessible fats have been shown to make an athlete's performance worse for several reasons. Primarily, the body becomes more and more efficient in gluconeogenesis, so even if you do not introduce carbohydrates, the body is able to produce them starting from the amino acids, transamination and alanine cycle. A prolonged ketosis can lead to ketoacidosis too high in the blood and in the extracellular environments. In people who do not compensate it, the body becomes increasingly insensitive to self-produced catecholamines as beta-adrenergic receptors decrease on the surfaces of cell membranes. The physicist goes through a metabolic down, with adrenaline in rivers, constant ketoacidosis, a thyroid that pulls the handbrake, and then a slowing down metabolism. For more articles, you can check out our website linked below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.